Yesterday on this show, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum confirmed that the U.S. is planning to issue licenses that will allow American firms to pump Venezuelan oil. Joining us now is Mike Sommers, CEO of American Petroleum Institute. Mike, how much oil will we eventually take out of Venezuela?
Well, Venezuela is a tremendous resource, and the American refining industry is ready to process Venezuelan crude coming into the United States. At the same time, the Venezuelan regime, the regime that was in place with Chavez and Maduro, completely deteriorated that resource in Venezuela. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money, but the American industry is ready to process that oil when it comes into the United States.
Just how much oil are we going to take out? We must have an idea of what we want out of there. What is it, 100 million barrels, or is it 2 million barrels a day? What is it?
Well, let's put it in perspective. Venezuela now produces less than 1 million barrels of oil every single day. At their peak, they were producing 3 million barrels of oil a day. The United States produces over 13.5 million barrels of oil a day. If you put Venezuela and Iran together, you wouldn't even come close to American production. So yes, the Venezuelan resource is great. We want to be able to process that oil here in the United States, but our real focus should continue to be on developing the resources here in the United States of America.
Texas just approved the largest gas power project in history. It's called the GW Ranch. It can generate nearly, I believe it's 8 gigawatts of energy. That's a lot of power. Is it all going to data centers?
Well, it is a lot of power, and let's think about why it's being put in the state of Texas. Texas is a state that is focused on energy development. It's focused on having the right tax policies and the right regulatory policies in place. I expect Texas is going to continue to be a leading provider of data in these data centers that are going to be so important for the AI future to ensure that the United States can continue to win the war for artificial intelligence. But there's a reason why they're doing this in Texas. The natural gas resource is close, and it's also a state that welcomes this kind of investment. So we should expect that Texas is going to continue to be a leader, but we also have to remember that the reason they're there is because natural gas production is so strong. There is a recent report out that said that 75% of the power that data centers are going to need to power the future is going to come from natural gas.
Mike Sommers, thanks very much for joining us this morning. Always appreciated. Come and see us again. Thanks.